There are times in life when we feel uncertain, as if we're standing at a crossroad, not knowing which direction is meant for us or what our soul truly desires. The sense of disconnection from our own path can be deeply unsettling, and it often leads us to question our decisions, passions, and purpose. Understanding whether something is truly for you, and more importantly, recognizing what your soul wants, is a profound journey that requires a mix of self-awareness, patience, and courage. It's a process of attuning to your inner voice, understanding your deeper desires, and navigating the sometimes confusing signals of fear, doubt, and external pressures. Yet, it's possible to move toward clarity, and the process of finding alignment with your soul's purpose is both empowering and transformative. The first key to knowing when something is for you begins with self-reflection. In our fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with external opinions: what society thinks we should do, what family expects, what friends suggest, and what success seems to demand. These influences can easily drown out our inner voice, making it difficult to hear what our soul truly wants. The starting point is learning to listen. This doesn't necessarily mean just sitting quietly and expecting an immediate epiphany. It's more about creating space in your life to tune into your feelings, instincts, and thoughts without judgment. It might be as simple as taking time each day for reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, quiet walks in nature, doing house chores, or even low-effort, relaxed gaming. In these moments of solitude, the clarity you seek starts to emerge. When you are able to sit with yourself, begin to ask the deeper questions. What brings me joy? What makes me feel alive? What pursuits ignite a sense of passion or curiosity? These are not small or trivial questions. They are gateways to understanding what aligns with your soul. Pay attention to how your body and emotions respond. Our soul often speaks through our feelings, even when our mind is clouded with doubt. If you feel a sense of excitement or calm when thinking about something, it's often a sign that you're aligning with your deeper self. Conversely, if you feel dread, constant anxiety, or a persistent lack of fulfillment, it may be an indication that you're on a path not meant for you. The truth is, when something is truly for you, it often comes with a sense of flow. That doesn't mean it will be easy or free of challenges, but there's a certain sense of natural alignment that you'll experience, almost like a puzzle piece clicking into place. You'll notice that, despite difficulties or setbacks, the pursuit feels worthwhile. You're driven not by external validation or reward, but by an internal sense of purpose and fulfillment. Think about those moments in your life where you felt time slipped away because you were so absorbed in what you were doing, or the experiences that left you feeling energized instead of drained. These are clues from your soul, whispering that you're on the right track. However, knowing what your soul wants isn't always an immediate revelation. Often, it's a process of trial and error. You might need to explore different paths, take risks, and make mistakes before arriving at the clarity you seek. This is where self-compassion becomes essential. It's easy to feel discouraged when things don't work out as planned, but the soul's journey isn't linear. Each misstep or perceived failure is a lesson, teaching you what resonates with you and what doesn't. Rather than viewing these moments as signs that you've strayed off course, embrace them as opportunities to fine-tune your understanding of yourself. It's important to remember that the soul often communicates in subtleties. We live in a world that values grand gestures and major breakthroughs, but your soul might speak through a quiet yearning or a gentle pull towards something seemingly insignificant. Pay attention to those small, recurring nudges. Perhaps you've always been curious about a particular hobby or field of study, but brushed it aside because it didn't seem practical. Maybe there's a cause that has always tugged at your heart, even though you've never acted on it. These subtle signals are often the soul's way of guiding you toward what's meant for you. They may not scream for attention, but over time they grow louder if ignored. The more you lean into those instincts, the more aligned you become with your true self. At the same time, it's crucial to distinguish between the voice of your soul and the voice of fear. Fear often masquerades as practicality or caution, convincing us to stay in our comfort zones even when those zones are no longer serving us. Fear is loud and urgent, pushing you to avoid discomfort at all costs. The soul, however, is patient. It will nudge you gently toward growth, often in ways that require courage and vulnerability. When you feel that internal conflict between what feels safe and what feels right, it's a sign to examine whether fear is holding you back from pursuing something that might truly be for you. To know what your soul wants, it's also essential to connect with your values. Your core values are the non-negotiables in your life, the principles that define who you are and what's most important to you. When your actions and decisions are aligned with your values, you are more likely to feel at peace and fulfilled. However, when you're living out of alignment with those values, there's a constant sense of internal dissonance. Take time to reflect on what matters most to you. Is it creativity, freedom, connection, growth, service? Understanding your values helps you determine whether the choices you're making are in sync with what your soul truly desires, or if they are based on external expectations or fleeting desires. To recognize when something is for you is to examine how you respond to obstacles. When we're pursuing something that doesn't align with our soul, challenges often feel like barriers that drain our energy and make us question our path. But when you're following something that is truly meant for you, obstacles become stepping stones for growth. Yes, they may still be difficult, but there's a resilience that comes from knowing you're on the right track. You find yourself willing to put in the effort, to persist, and to learn from the setbacks. You might even find that the struggle itself brings a deeper sense of purpose or meaning. As you continue to explore what your soul wants, take small steps forward. You don't need to have all the answers at once. In fact, most people don't have a fully clear vision of their purpose right away. That's normal and okay. Start by experimenting. Try things that pique your curiosity, pursue what brings you joy, and pay attention to how you feel during the process. Don't be afraid to let go of what doesn't serve you, even if it once did. Our souls are constantly evolving, and what was right for us at one stage of life may no longer be right at another. It's natural to outgrow certain interests, relationships, or career paths, and allowing yourself to evolve is part of honoring your true self. Ultimately, knowing when something is for you and understanding what your soul wants is about trust. Trusting yourself, trusting the process, and trusting that the answers will reveal themselves in time. It requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to stay open to the journey. You won't always get it right, and that's perfectly okay. What matters is that you keep listening, keep reflecting, and keep moving toward what feels authentic and true. If you're feeling lost or unsure about what direction to take a moment to breathe and step back. Listen to your instincts, reflect on your values, and pay attention to what excites and energizes you. Let go of the need for immediate clarity and embrace the process of discovery. Small steps, taken consistently, will lead you closer to the life that aligns with your soul's deepest desires. Remember, it's okay to not have it all figured out right away. What matters most is that you continue to honor the journey of becoming who you're meant to be, trusting that in time, you will find your way.